You've wiped that same trail of ants off your counter every morning this week, and they keep coming back. They'll be back tomorrow too. And the hard truth is, wiping them up is the one thing that guarantees they return. So here's exactly what you're going to get out of the next 10 minutes. I'm going to show you one bag of white powder costs about $1 to use that draws an invisible line an ant cannot cross and live. I'll walk you through your whole house, door by door, showing you precisely where it goes. I'll give you the 4 mistakes that make almost everybody fail at this. And I'll tell you the one honest catch about keeping it safe for your bees and your pets that the careless folks won't. By the end, your kitchen's a fortress. Stay with me and do it alongside me. It takes about an hour. Come, set a spell. Granny's got something to show you. First, what is this dollar powder, and why should you trust it on your floors? It's called diatomaceous earth, so just call it the white dust. It's the crushed fossils of tiny water creatures from millions of years back, ground fine as flour, soft as talcum on your finger. But to an ant, every speck is a shard of broken glass. And here's the part that matters, because it changes how you'll use it. This is not a poison. When an ant walks across the dust, those sharp bits cling to her and scratch through the waxy coat that holds her water in. She dries out and dies, no chemical, no nerve poison, just dryness. Which means an ant can never grow resistant to it the way they do with store sprays. It works the same on the 1,000th ant as the first. But knowing what it is won't save your kitchen, because this powder only works if you use it exactly right, and there are 4 ways to get it wrong. Miss even one and you'll swear it doesn't work. So before we lay a single speck, here are the 4 rules. Rule 1, for your safety above all. Buy the bag that says Times Food Grade. Say it back, food grade. There's another kind sold for pool filters that's been cooked into a form genuinely dangerous to breathe. They've tied it to lung damage. Food grade is the gentle kind, safe enough they mix it into livestock feed. Read the bag. Rule 2. It only works times dry. The second this dust meets water, a damp counter, dew, a humid bathroom, it clumps into useless mush and loses all its bite. Dry places only. Rule 3. A little, not a lot. This is where nearly everybody fails. They dump a white pile in the corner, and the ant just walks around it. An ant won't march through a snowbank. You want a coat so thin it's near invisible. If you can plainly see a thick white line, you've used far too much. Rule 4. Cover your nose and mouth while you work. Keep the young ones and animals out of the room till it settles. Even food grade is a fine dust, and no fine dust belongs in your lungs. Food grade. Keep it dry. Lay it thin. Mind your lungs. Hold those 4, and now we walk the border, starting at the spot they're almost certainly getting in. Start at the back door, because the kitchen's where they're headed, and the doors and windows are how they arrive. Run a thin, faint line of dust along the bottom of the doorframe, across the threshold, into the gap where the door meets the floor. There's your first stretch of wall. But the doors are only half their road. The other half is one most people never think to treat, and it's where the ants are really marching. Follow me to the baseboards. Ants travel where the floor meets the wall. That's their highway. So trace a whisper of dust along the base of the walls, and here's the spot nobody checks. Behind the stove and behind the refrigerator. Pull the fridge out a few inches if you can. That warm, dark gap behind it is a regular ant interstate, and it's almost always left wide open. A thin line right there does more than 10 lines out in the open. Now to the window over the sink, and the windows are a weak point you've probably been leaving undefended entirely. Dust the sill and the track where the window slides, then do every window on this floor, sills, cracks, corners. Then, down low, any gap you find, where a pipe comes through under the sink, a crack in a cabinet corner, the seam where counter meets wall, a small puff in each. You're hiding a thin trap in every single way they've got in. That seals the inside. But there's one more line, and it's the smartest one of all, because it stops them before they ever reach your door. Step outside with me on a dry day, no rain coming. Lay a thin band of the dust all the way around the foundation, right at the base of the wall. That's your outer wall, the one that turns ants back at the property line. Your indoor lines become the second line of defense. 2 walls beat 1 every time. Now we go back in, and here's the part where your patience gets tested, and if you don't know what's coming, you'll quit too soon. This dust doesn't strike an ant dead on the spot. The drying takes time. An ant that crosses your line carries on a while, then dries up over the next day or two. So for the first day, don't be alarmed to still see a few. By day 2 or 3, that trail thins to nothing, every ant drying out at the gate. Leave the dust right where it lies, working quietly, as long as it stays dry. Refresh after you mop, after rain, or whenever a line looks disturbed. Now the title promised you this stays times, safe times, and here's where I give you the honest catch, the careless videos skip, because it matters for every good creature in your yard. This dust is wonderfully safe in one way: no nerve poison, no toxic residue, gentle around your family and pets once it's settled. But here's the catch: it cannot tell a good bug from a bad one. It will dry out a honeybee or a ladybug the same as an ant if they walk through it. So your bee safety is times, entirely times, in where you put it. That's why everything today was indoors, and along the foundation down low, on the ants' road, where bees never go. Keep this dust off your flowers, never dust it on a blooming plant. Lay it on the ants' highway, not the bees' table, and you protect every good creature while you stop the bad. And one last honest word, so you're not let down: this wall is a mighty fine times, keep them out. But if a nest is already dug in deep inside, this kills the travelers, not the hidden queen. For a true established colony, pair this wall with the sweet borax bait I showed you another day, the one that rides home and takes out the queen herself. The wall to keep them out, the bait to root them out. Together, no ant problem wins. So there's our border drawn in an hour for about $1, invisible by design. An unseen wall of ancient glass in every doorway, costing next to nothing, turning your kitchen into a fortress. You can keep wiping that same trail every morning, or you can draw the line once and hold it. The choice, as always, is